Let's get real about something that's been happening for way too long, but it doesn't get talked about nearly enough. We're talking about grooming. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Grooming. It's a dirty, dirty, underhanded way that predators, both male and female, use to mess with the minds of our boys and young men. They get close, build up trust, and then they twist the trust into something dark and harmful. Imagine a young boy just living his life, trusting the adults around him. And here comes someone, it could be a coach, it could be a teacher, or maybe even a family member who starts taking a special interest in him. At first, it seems like no big deal, maybe even a good thing. The kid gets something, so he gets some extra attention, maybe a few gifts, a lot of praise, and he feels special, like he's got someone looking out for him. But slowly and insidiously, that attention turns into manipulation. Not only manipulation of the child, but like my friend Dr. Kelly Palfy says, the manipulation of the parents, the manipulation of that child's community. Because the grooming does not just take place in the child. The predator also grooms the family. This grooming works. This is how grooming works. It's slow, it's deliberate, and it's sneaky. Sometimes it could take days or it could even take years. The abusers pushes boundaries little by little, testing what they can get away with. They're building a trap and they're doing it by confusing that young boy, making him think what's happening is normal, or worse, that it's something he should keep secret. And this isn't just something that happens to kids. Let's talk about blackmail and promotion too. When this same kind of manipulation is used on grown men, often in the workplace, imagine being a young man, a man in general, fresh out of school, or maybe someone who's just trying to get ahead in their career. And an older, more powerful person comes along and offers opportunities, promotions, better jobs, connections, but there's a price to pay. And that price is often your dignity, your integrity, or worse. These predators know exactly what they're doing. They're using power, status, and influence to exploit vulnerability, whether that's a kid looking for guidance or a grown man trying to make his way in the world. They make you feel like you owe them something, like you have to keep their secrets. And before you know it, you're trapped in a situation that's all kinds of wrong. Now, let's talk about the long-term impact. When boys or men are groomed, whether it's through gifts and attention or through blackmail and promises of advancement, it messes with their heads. They grow up with a twisted view of relationships, trust, and self-worth. They carry that trauma with them into every part of their lives, relationships, careers, and even their own self-image. It's like a shadow that follows them, shaping how they see the world and themselves. These men, whether they were boys who were groomed or adults who were manipulated, they're dealing with the aftermath. It doesn't just go away. They've been manipulated into thinking they're complicit, that they're somehow responsible for what happened to them. And because these tactics often come wrapped up in something that looks like care or opportunity, they're left feeling conflicted, ashamed, and confused. And here's something else. This manipulation thrives in secrecy. The abuser creates a world of lies and confusion and secrets, telling their victims, this is our little secret. Or if you say anything, no one will believe you. Or like my abuser said, if you tell anybody, they won't believe you. And if you do, I'll put your body in a place where nobody can find it. That kind of psychological manipulation is powerful. It isolates the victim, making them feel like they're alone, like they've got nowhere to turn. And that silence, it just feeds the abuse. It makes the person being abused feel like that they're at the whim and the will of their predator. But let me tell you, there is hope. There is healing. When these men start to speak out, when they find the courage to break that silence, they take the first step towards reclaiming their lives. It's not easy. It's really not, but it's possible. And it starts with understanding what grooming really is, seeing it for what manipulation that is, calling it out, and refusing to allow it to define who you are. So here's the bottom line. Grooming, blackmail, and manipulation. And let me just be clear, this also includes women who have kids by men. And then when the man no longer wants to be with the mother for whatever reason, blocks the father from seeing or having access to his children because he no longer wants to be with her or have sexual relations with her. And the only way she will allow him to see the children is that if he continues to have sex with her. It fits into this context too. The people who do this, they're really dangerous. And we need to start talking about them. It's about it's about more than just catching the bad guys. It's about protecting our boys, our young men, and even our adult men from falling into these traps. We need to have these conversations and shine a light on the dark corners and make sure that every man, young or old, knows his worth. That he's more than just a pawn in someone else's game, and that no one has the right to take that away from him. Because at the end of the day, it's about breaking the cycle. It's about giving these men back their power, helping them heal, and making sure that the next generation grows up strong and confident and free from the shadows of manipulation and abuse and control. That's the kind of world we ought to be building. It's time to stand up, man. Speak out. Make a change. Let's protect our boys, support our men, and stop grooming, blackmail, and manipulation in their tracks. Together, y'all, we can do this.